Okay, Coach, so the snow and rain have stayed out of the forecast, but we're in for a cold afternoon at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
This is it. 19. Bring it. Bring it. Kill. Twist. Get the point down. He's coming. Slam. Hey, switch gears. Pull forward. Shoot. You got tight. You got 25. Check 26.
On first down, Jefferson. He finds an opening past the 40. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Steelers, nothing. Miami's Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
There you go. All right, D, let's go. All right, D. We're going to 54.
On play action, Prescott. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
Mike, go 480. I can't believe they let you play. Here we go, 47.
Now a give, right side. Harvey. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Let's get it. Here we go, 480. Here we go, 47. Here we go, kill. 26.
Here's Prescott. Able to find Shaheen, the tight end. A third down gain of 19.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown? I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On second down, it's Coleman, and he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Right there, 55. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Hey, kill. Check 3.
They run with Edwards. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Let's go, team. Kill. It's going to be a long game.
Off the play fake, Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
What's the run? They're 47. Then we're going to 52.
3rd and long for Prescott. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 29-yard line.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Mike 5-5. Mike 5-5.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
There you go. 55. Mike got 55. Yeah, let's get that ball, D. Let's get
3rd and short yardage. Prescott able to find Shaheen here. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Adam Shaheen, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Point after, right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Get me on. Mike 4. Tighten up. Pull it together. Mike 4.
Throwing again is Watson. Green brings it in. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Here I come again.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. A tale of 2 extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
On 2nd and 12, Watson looking for his running back, and he's got him. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's Watson, and that's complete. It's Green here. You give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
First down, Texans.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. These two teams all tied after one. Now a first down throw, Watson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. K1 short with a sack. That's 315 pounds of man right there.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
From the 25 on second down, Prescott looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. They'll run on first down. Coleman. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Prescott to throw this time. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's first and goal.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got?
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for third down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hey, kill. Check. 26.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Samuels. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. A shotgun snap for Watson. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Tevin Coleman, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Texans 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And it'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now a give right side. Jefferson. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. On first down, Jefferson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. This is taken at his 4. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On second down now, it's Coleman. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
But you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. It's caught by Coleman. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Going to give this time to the tailback. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Here we go on fourth down. And he is going to have the first down here, but hold on, as there's a flag on the field, and I think someone got held. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. He's coming. He's coming.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. A first down throw for Prescott. Got an open man. It's Washington. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
4 receivers now. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. 2nd down and 4. They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped, and the Texans scoop it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
They'll try and run with their fullback. And he's got some space here. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 36 yards on the play.
Our eyes and attention are on the fullback. Big-time carry, big yardage. But how about the guys up front, the offensive line? A lot of people think they may have to block it differently for the fullback to get big yardage. They really don't. Because he's big, strong, and powerful, a lot of times he makes his own way. They may not have to block as hard. He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Let's go.
Now on 2nd and 13, Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
3rd and long, it's Watson. Finding Green complete. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Don't get nervous.
From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And all the way down to the 26. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 51 yards. Well, they had held him pretty well in check, but if you recall back in the first quarter, you said they needed to avoid the big play. He finally gets loose.
And the thing about it, it doesn't have to be a bunch of big plays. Sometimes one big play can be enough. That's why it's tough to deal with a guy like that.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. C.J. Uzomah, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. The extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Back to throw, Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Read it well, and it's picked. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. DJ Reader there on the tackle. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 8. Prescott from the gun. open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On 2nd and 9, Prescott nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
47. So we're going to 53. 3 ball. Check three. 26.
Prescott. He wants it all for the end zone. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. That one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. So this one in the win column.